So everybody wanted me to do puppy food, so I'm going to kind of show you. This is turkey. With the doggy stew, I will grind up the turkey legs with the bone and all. With puppy food, I don't do the bones. This is just the turkey meat that you can buy. There's times where I actually found I just was lazy and I picked the ground up turkey meat. But the chicken, I usually will get the chicken breast and I will either put it in the grinder or I'll cook it and then I'll put it in the mixer. So either way, all of this food will be blended really just liquidy, which I'll show you what it'll look like when we're done. This is just the meat, and then I put water in it. I will drain it when it's done. So don't have to completely, probably just to the edges, as you can see. Not a whole lot of water. And then I'll put it on medium. And then I always just mix it up. Very handsy with the food. And this will cook for, I think we scheduled it around 30 minutes, I think it was. But that's also when it was hot, so we'll see. Just fully cook the food. And then we've got the eggs over here, a dozen eggs, which we'll put in the mixer. Now with puppy food, I'm a little bit more generous with goat's milk. So we'll add some goat's milk in there. It's all going to be liquidy anyway, so mix that up. Now with the eggs, we're going to put the eggs in this pan here. It's got some coconut oil in it. That's what I'll fry the eggs with, is that. Just a little bit, just enough to kind of grease the pan where it doesn't stick. And then we'll get another video when it's all cooked. So this is the milk, or the eggs in the goat's milk. You can see the adult eggs, I don't make it as liquidy. It doesn't really matter. Everything will be extremely liquidy once the puppy food is made. Yeah, and then we've got the turkey sitting here boiling. Now, water and everything in the puppy food will be used. So all of the liquid in here, we're going to use that. We're going to utilize. And this here is a mixture of liver and gizzards and heart for the puppies. Every bit of this is going to be just blended up where it's just a liquid. It's going to be mushy. That's what they're going to start off with. Okay, the eggs are done. And the heart, gizzard, and livers is done. And the turkey is done. I'm just letting it cool. Now this is what it's going to look like. It's just going to be a mush. So everything, all the vegetables, there's 2 cans of, you can see, of everything. And I'm missing, oh, sweet potatoes is right there. 1 can of the sweet potatoes. And then pumpkin, carrots, peas, and green beans. And I throw them all in the blender, and that juice and all, see the juice, you just pour it in there. Doesn't matter if you mix it, it's all going in the same spot. You don't need to mix the pumpkin, it's already pureed. Now all of this, the meat with the liquid will be pureed. The eggs, probably with some more goat's milk, will be pureed. And all of the organs and stuff will be pureed. Where it's going to end up looking like that. So here's the eggs in the blender. And then we're going to add the milk. Probably maybe a cup. It really depends on how the eggs look. So, said everything is blended to little tiny pieces. Sorry about my movie. And you can see it's a little liquidy there. Okay, we're going to add the eggs. This is all the vegetables all together. You can see it's a nice mush. And the eggs to it. And I'm not really cleaning out because we've got a lot of blending to do. So, okay, there's the turkey meat all cooked. And then it's in the blender. Now always remember we got to get some liquid in there. There's quite a bit of liquid in there. And like I said, we're going to use all the liquid from the turkey. You can see that there's not any chunks. It's nice and liquidy. So the blended turkey meat, you can see it's nice and liquidy. You can see the consistency of everything is just liquid.
So what is my husband too scared to ask me?
So here's all the organs and stuff for the puppies. You can see I used all the liquid. This will the liquid helps purify it, puree it. And again, it doesn't matter if it's pretty liquidy because that's what you're looking at to give the puppies, is something that they can easily eat. And as it cools, it'll also get thicker, so, but I mean, you can see it still. And when it thickens, as it gets cold, it'll thicken a lot. Then you're going to, when you give it to the puppies, and I'll share that as part of the video. You're going to add a little bit of the goat's milk again to it. In the beginning, you're going to start off with a lot more goat's milk than the food. Now this is the only seasoning that I'll add to the puppy food. It's just a tablespoon of the beef gelatin. Okay, so this is bone broth. Make sure that you use bone broth, not chicken broth. And it is chicken bone broth, but the bone broth actually has higher calories in it, and it's got collagen in it for growth, and it's stuff that I use. Now I have the rice. I'm going to use the bone broth as the liquid to put in the rice to puree it. Let's see here. Like I said, everything is pureed for puppies.
I know.
So we're going to put about that much liquid in it. I didn't mention how to cook the rice. I showed how to cook the rice when I did the doggy stew, if you need to show that. With the puppy stew, I left off eggshells and kelp and those kind of things. I showed you everything I added, so just kind of go over everything. I did forget to mention that I did add 10 pounds of turkey. So everything is, everything's written down. I showed the different ingredients that I added for the puppy stew. So. And you can kind of see how thick it is. And see, this is the cooked rice. So we're going to put a little bit more liquid in it, so it'll puree it a little bit better.
Between this or Lamborghini, I know you don't like Porsche. You'd rather drive the Lotus?
And sorry, I did not turn the TV down before I started. There it goes. Much better.
She says they roll over too easily.
Yeah, well, they're also balsam, so that negates the rolling part. Hey, let me ask you a question. Those kids back there, they're blowing you off. What was that about?
So this gets put into everything else.
I was a 13-year-old boy once. All right, and I know I'm freaking.
So this is the finished project. You can see what all that food made. So what I'll do is, and you can kind of look at the consistency of it, it's very pureed. There's no chunks in it, no big pieces in it, it's all pureed. This is what I start the puppies on eating. I will freeze all of this, but one bag at a time. I'll take the bag out, put it in the refrigerator, and this, I'll only make one batch, and by the time they're done with this batch, then they'll start moving to the more adult food that I have, the doggy stew. We add goat's milk to the adult food when they start moving to that. But basically the doggy stew. This is the puppy stew, and then the doggy stew is what the puppies eat. Okay, here's the puppy mess. I don't know how well this is going to do because I'm doing it by myself. This is the first time they've been eating. If you notice, it's a little bit liquidy. It really depends on if they're ready for the food or not. The first time you do a lot of goat's milk in there. If they eat it all and they're still really hungry, then I would probably add more puppy stew instead of the milk. So it kind of depends on what they're ready for. Every litter is different. Sometimes they're ready for the more solid food, and sometimes they just, they're still kind of sticking with the milk. So we will see how it goes. So basically, we just kind of see if they're wanting to taste it. Sometimes you put their... Was that good? Yeah? You're good stuff. Are you ready? Huh? There you go. Give them a little bit of taste. A lot of the times they'll get the idea. And I'll pick up the camera after I get everybody tasting it. Put your nose down there. Taste that. It's good stuff. Put your nose down. Not up. There you go. Now I can get a little bit further view. A little bit blurry. And you can see they kind of... you kind of pick them up, put them by the food again. Come on, right there. Right there, taste. There you go, it's right there. Gotta get down there and taste it. Huh? Yeah, good stuff. So that is how you make puppy stew. Like I said, you know, you start off with a lot of the goat's milk, and you know, you slowly decrease the goat's milk, and you slowly give them more and more food. Usually, I would say around, let's see, there's probably 5 weeks is when I start kind of giving them a little bit of the puppy stew and a little bit of the doggy stew, both. By 7 weeks, they're fully on the doggy stew. And this one is being lazy, and he wants me to feed him the food. Come on, get your nose in there. You can eat it yourself. There you go. Now he's got the idea. And this is Casey's Litter's first feeding, actually. We'll share this video, but this video is also going to be a part of how you make the puppy stew. So, a little bit confusion when I share this. So, just letting you know, it'll be shared as a puppy video, and it will be shared as part of the doggy stew. They did not save very much for Mama. Now they're going to eat off of Mom as soon as I let her in here. They did good their first eating. They are not even 3 weeks old. They are, usually I'll start them when they start, you hear they're kind of whining a little bit. When I start really seeing them fussing, that's when I start giving them food. Each litter is different. Some litters, I mean, they don't even start till after 3.5 weeks. And other litters, like this litter, is, you know, they're starting before 3 weeks. So it really depends, you know. I think a lot of it depends on if Mom is, you know, has enough milk for them, and these guys are actually pretty big.